I'm going to tell you the story of something that happened to me on Facebook um, almost a year ago, I believe. I'm not sure. But essentially, there was this guy. He was a black nationalist, and he was really into the conspiracy theories and things like that, which I don't mind. I mean, the idea that a coven of rich, powerful people control everything, that's not a big secret. It is neither a big secret that they would be satanic worshippers. I don't know if I believe that they are all directly connected. I don't know if I believe they all worship the same entity. When I say Illuminati, I say that in a plural context, because I find it hard to believe that they all worship the exact same principle at the exact same time. What I believe is that a multitude of rich and powerful people do worship demons, and that they are infested with demons themselves, if not demonic entities in and of themselves, and that demons are different. There are different forms evil can take on. Just as there was a multitude of gods and demons throughout history, only recently have we come into this monotheistic belief system that there is one good God and one bad God. And at that, we don't even like to say that the devil is a god, but that he's somehow inferior. And because we don't want to degrade our good God by suggesting that there is an equal or greater evil God. But it's not really degrading if you know what you're going for in life. If your principles are to your good God, then, it might be a little insulting, but the fact is there is a great and powerful evil force that has to be reconciled. And clearly, if good God was all-powerful, all-knowing, all-omnipotent, why is it taking so long? So I don't believe it's as clear-cut as it's all part of God's, magical plan. And if it is, it makes no sense. And if it doesn't make any sense, why am I bound to agree with it and to put my faith in it? I can't put faith in something I cannot comprehend. I can put my faith in people that I do understand. I understand that they're good people and I trust them. But even then, I only have enough faith in them when I believe that it will actually lead to something good. I believe in a good God, but I cannot 100% back my faith no matter what, because that's not realistic. That's not logical. And I do believe in logic and reason above all else. So what I'm trying to say here is that this guy claimed that I was a robot. I shit you not. He's not some reptilian shapeshifter, not some demonic imp that is influencing the people, not even an agent provocateur, which by comparison, being some kind of spy trying to set you up sounds, much more moderate and realistic, but it's not. No, he went off the deep end and said I was an android, that I was some kind of advanced artificial intelligence designed to lead people astray, and that I was not a real human being, and that's why I put so much emphasis on emotions and trying to word in context the human mind and the human spirit, because as an artificial intelligence, it not only eludes me, but I could never capture it. I am not a human, so therefore I try to overcompensate, I guess. But, of course, this is all fucking ridiculous. But clearly, if I was a robot, I wouldn't be getting fucked over as much. I certainly would be able to articulate myself better and spell better. So, if I am a robot, then somebody fucked up, because I'm a pretty shitty robot. But then again, considering how all these programs work on the internet, that might not be very surprising. They can't seem to get anything else right, but usually that's by design, because that's how they make the money. They purposely make shitty programs so that they can sell you protection software, so that they can sell you an upgrade, so they can upgrade the computer every fucking year. So it would not surprise me if they fucked up robots too, just to make a buck, or just to further their own plans by making inferior quality products. But anyway, I digress. The point is, it's fucking stupid to say that a living, breathing person that's talking to you right now is a robot. Do I look like a robot to you? And it's not like I wasn't making videos back then, so he couldn't just say that he never saw my face or anything, and that, he was just going by what I wrote. So he was off his fucking rocker. If anyone was a provocateur, it was him, because he was the one alienating people and filling their heads with these paranoid, schizophrenic bullshit stories. And for someone that was so dedicated to suggesting that there is the true name of God, and anyone that says Jehovah or Yahweh is, a false teacher, and they are leading you down a path of devil worship or some shit. And I brought this to his attention. I challenged him on that notion and said that if what you say is true about the true name of God, why is it in your Facebook name? Isn't that insulting? No other religion would dare even utter the name of the true God, because it's held to such high honor that to say it with your own mortal mouth is dirty and sullies the name, and it curses you, because God would not tolerate such a disgusting creature having the audacity to stutter out his true name. Now, mind you, I don't think God is quite as petty as that. I don't think he would, do something like that, because there's a difference between a just God and a vengeful God. And that's something people don't quite comprehend. That, justice does not have to be nice. But there is a difference, a distinct difference between justice and vengeance. And unfortunately, even the best of people probably border on vengeance more than justice. So what I'm saying here is that there's just no explanation for what conspiracy theorists do. Most of them are fucking either crazy or they're taking you for a ride. Especially the likes of Alex Jones and David Icke. Because you know what? This guy was a fucktard. He was a complete twat. He banned me from the group. He slanderized me. Was calling me a fucking robot and shit. And gave me no means to defend myself. But even he is just some crazy lunatic on the internet that, it pissed me off. It invaded my rights to ban me from a group. But he's pretty much worthless. He's a powerless little mongrel. But unfortunately, David Icke and Alex Jones make a lot of money off their ignorance and their bullshit. And that money makes them even more powerful and influential, because then they can do it even more often and advertise themselves even more. And they've become the embodiment of the conspiracy movement. And more people are starting to chime in on all these Illuminati conspiracies. All over the internet you see them. Even supposedly normal people are starting to give into it. And all of them are worshipping Ron Paul and Alex Jones and shit. And Ron Paul's another fucktard. Ron Paul dropped out of the race in 2008. You know what that means? That means he took your money for his campaign funds, spent it on cocaine and hookers, and is laughing at you. Because he knew he wasn't going to win, so he basically just stole your money. This is the guy that supposedly defends our liberties. But then again, he's a libertarian, so he probably doesn't think it morally wrong to swindle you and to take advantage of your fear, your paranoia, and your complete ignoramuses, and just take your money and then do whatever he wants with it. He could piss it away because he believes that's his right to do. He believes as a capitalist, if he can manipulate stupid assholes like you into giving him your money, well then that's your fault. Buyer beware. And most likely you agree with him. And that's why you live in a one-bedroom apartment and work 10 hours a day for fucking minimum wage, and you're going to die alone, tired, broken down, and not have any health insurance, and die at like 60. Because not only do you get nothing out of life, but then what little you have, you just give away. And, every time someone takes from you, you put on this sick grin on your face because you love it. You love knowing someone is superior to you, and you gawk and oogle at them with this lust in your eyes, and you love it. You love the Darwinian sharks, mauling you and just attacking the minute they smell blood. It's just fucking sick. It's demented. It's insane. It's criminally insane. And I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say other than you worship these wolves that are looking to take advantage of you and to rape you and to destroy you. And I just can't understand it. I don't think that it can just be the fluoride in the water or the brainwashing media. I don't think that just watching stupid shows like Jersey Shore and Two Broke Girls, or drinking fluoridated water and eating foods with pesticides on them is going to make you this fucking retarded. I'm sure it has something to do with it, but that cannot explain the extent people's demonic energy has reached. And, as much as all these pseudo-intellectual New Agers try to say that that's just the foreshadow of our greater spirit that's full of love and compassion, I never see it in them. They have time to talk about peace and love, but then they can't fucking deal with this motherfucker right here just posting on a goddamn internet forum. I'm not asking them to suck my dick. I'm not asking them for money the way they do their fans. I'm just saying I have the right to my opinion, you have the right to yours. We can have discourse, we can even argue, we can insult each other, but you will respect my rights. Those rights are absolute. And they don't believe that. So where's the peace and love? Where's that higher spiritual entity? And all their motherfucker fans are going to make every excuse in the world. A couple of them even said to me that my spirit was corrupted or some shit, that I'm a puppet to the Illuminati. But then who isn't? So you're going to tell me that you're going to act that way to your parents, to your best friends, to your siblings, to your neighbors, because they're in the dark? So whatever you do to them is justified? Is that really what you're going for here? So, there is no explanation. They're evil. They will make any excuse in the world to convince you that their evil is justified and then go along with it anyway. They don't need an excuse, but they just do that to be pretentious and to add insult to injury. But essentially, they're going to do it anyway. And, nothing you say will stop them. You have to stop them. You have to tie them up like like in The Exorcist, tie them to a bed and let them growl and watch the bed vibrate and shit and just let it get out of their system, because they are monsters and they are not going to stop. So that's all I'm saying here, is that there's a lot of crazy people out there. There's a lot of crazy people that just have absolutely no respect for you, no respect for your rights, and you can't give a fuck what they have to say. Unfortunately, it sometimes reaches more than words. A lot of times it does, especially with fucking moderators. And every website you go to obviously has a moderator. So you're always on borrowed time. No matter how nice you are, no matter how articulated you are, no matter how much substance you put in your posts, your blogs, anything, there's always going to be someone there to fuck you over. You have to keep that in mind. And you have to be prepared emotionally and physically, because it's going to happen. These animals are going to attack you, and that's what they are. They're fucking animals. They're not people. People wouldn't do that to you. Unfortunately, there's more animals that appear human than there are actual human beings. But I'll have to get into that some other time. And they're not reptilians. They're not shape-shifting demons, alienoids. They're just fucking poor excuses of the human gene pool. They reached a dead end in evolution, and they just exist for themselves and their own primitive desires. And they shouldn't be reproducing. They shouldn't be anything. They should be 6 foot under. But, that's all for another day, the glories of eugenics and abortions and genocide. But even that has its bad side, a very bad side, and is most often used contrary to what it should be used for. But that's all for now.